So we start off the movie with these people enjoying a nice friendly game, just watching the kids, normal activities.
What do you mean by that?
But while all that is happening, everybody starts to look up and oh no! So after 5 seconds of people just staring at it, they finally get to their senses and start to move out of there. So while the dad and the daughter are straight going to their truck, these civilians are still looking like, dog, what is there to see? Move! Guys, look, a meteor. Let's take a photo of it.
Are you dumb?
Pardon me?
Are you dumb?
I think she's
I
dumb.
think she's dumb.
I think she's dumb.
They finally get in the truck, but before they leave, my boy spots a police officer, gets out and starts to talk to my brother. But while they're talking, oh, blocked by James.
Can you shut up?
What did gang do? Like, it's kind of crazy how out of all of these people, this thing literally targeted the black man's vehicle. I'm just saying, bro. And my man's moved with a quickness. He said,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
He gets in the vehicle and tries to start the car, but while that is happening, we cut to the mom out here comforting her kids. But while she stops,
What the fuck? No!
bruh, I'm not gonna lie, back for back jump scares? Like, bro, this movie pee. I might have to go to the studio and ask who made this burger, dog. I know y'all hear me.
Jason, you killing it, man.
She manages to swerve away from the monster and just started to drive crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need y'all to say W mom in the comments. She out here talking about some it's okay, trying to comfort the baby. I'm not gonna lie.
How are you that fine?
But when this bus comes towards them, she hit the mean reverse. And being able to reverse like this while your kids are straight yelling is insane. I'm not gonna lie, if it were me, I would have hit him with the...
Can you shut up?
But the dad and daughter see this and they get out the car to go help the fam out. I'm not gonna lie, noble thing to do, but hey, come on, bro. Did you not see what just happened? And for y'all to understand what I mean, the dad grabs her and oh my goodness, he hit him with the I like your cut, G. And for y'all who don't understand yet, this is basically like the movie that I covered last time, but a bunch of y'all wanted me to cover this one because this is basically the original, A Quiet Place, where you have to be silent to survive. And when I check the comments, some of y'all talking about some come on, man, all I have to do is sit in my corner and be a good little child and be quiet, right? One sneeze, fart, or cough, you're getting dunked on. Stop playing. But back to the movie, they run into this store and everybody tries their best to be quiet. But while they're crawling back, we just hear this lady on the phone like, shut up. And we get to the point into the movie where I'm like, you know what, bruh? I would rather take the monsters from the last movie than this. Because just listen to this. You mean to tell me you want me to be dead silent and the monster is making this type of noise? Like, damn, bro, it's not even fair. And just like the last movie, the daughter is deaf, if y'all didn't know. But back to it. Instead of me explaining, I'ma just play the clip because, bruh, come on.
Is this nigga serious?
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Bro, why? Why? But to be fair, they do not know that noise is what attracts these things. So I'ma give you that. But bruv, who's calling? Mom, why are you calling me? It jumps in and just started going crazy, just swiping and smashing into people. And the dad and daughter managed to escape for the back door, but it's not that easy. Cause this thing is just chasing them down. Look!
Just
go to the office.
what did I do?
Bro, just go.
What did I do?
My black brother from earlier manages to get up and just started to shoot at it. Oh, my dog.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
But that, my friends, was merely the flashback. The movie hasn't even started for real. Because when we go to the present, we see the mom, son, and daughter, and they have a... Now, I know some of y'all are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Like, yo, why would you kill a baby? I think the better question is, why would it...
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
But you know what? I'm gonna just skip most of this because the plot, and more plot. So, yeah. We cut to this part where my boy got his foot stuck in a bear trap. And remember when I said, wow, wouldn't I just, the baby? But I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. I'm the one who wants to survive. You know, baby girl, you know, we can have another one. Like what LeBron say? Here go 2 more for y'all. But meanwhile, one of these things starts to go after them, but the daughter puts up this radio and just started to play some high frequencies, but the mother got the shotty and pop! Right in the head. But hey, that made noise, so they got a skadoodle. But while they're running, my boy over here stops them and tells them to hush hush because one of them is on the wall. So while they quietly run away, my dog over here is carrying the son. But we don't even know you guys. And even while they're trying to run as quietly as possible, this thing is still after them like, gang, you don't have anything else better to do? But they managed to escape just in the nick of time, and my boy puts them in his safe. Don't ask questions. But yeah, I gotta skip over some more of this because plot, and more plot. Lots of plot.
Bitch, you got me fucked up. You can suck my left nut.
But for some reason, the daughter is alone. And while she's in this train, one of these things starts to slowly call up to her, but she puts up the radio, making my man's tweak.
Brother,
But even with that, it starts to crawl right towards her, but she tries to load up the gun, but it gets stuck, but she gets saved. And they start to hide in this shop, but hey, they start to talk and yap. There's a lot of plot in this movie. Guys, it's peak, go watch it. But when we fast forward some more time into the movie, they done trapped my boy and then holding the girl hostage. I honestly, for the love of me, I rewatched this scene so many times. I still don't understand what was happening here. Y'all can comment. I'm a slow person, to be honest. But hey, did you subscribe? They take off her bags and put down her radio and start to take her away. Please don't let it be what I'm thinking. But while they're taking her away, my boy signals to her to dive. He runs over to him and she dives in the water and starts to choke my man, holding him hostage. But the real plan was to make a whole bunch of noise just to lure the monsters towards them. Smart plan, I'm not gonna hold you. But while this thing is just straight killing everybody, my boy chokes this man on a pole, holding him there, stabbing him in the leg just for him to scream, and this thing just slicing him. But while my boy was trying to swim away, one of these things dive in the water, and oh nah, it can't swim. New information, guys. And with that, they get on a boat and head towards the island they were trying to get to this whole time. I'm sorry if I didn't say that in the beginning. And they get to and just see a whole civilization of people just living, talking, having fun, making a whole bunch of noise with no care in the world because, hey, like we just learned, these things can't swim. So there is absolutely no possible way for these things to even get here. So we start off with these 2 explorers in a cave, which is 1,000 feet beneath whatever the hell this is. And they're so excited, like they discovered fire. Dog, I see nothing but blackness. Out here giving each other a high five. But hold up, did y'all see that? Rewind real quick. Did you see it? No? Okay, let me slow it down for y'all. Do my eyes deceive me? Or is this a Negro doing, like I said in the last video, white activities, exploring into the unknown?
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
If you are getting paid less than 1 million to be doing this, I'm not gonna lie, you're just stupid. My sister in Christ, what business do you have here? I know the video just started, but it's not my fault. But hold up, bruh. The movie just started, gang. They start to speak on the intercom, but I'ma just let this play for y'all. And if you got jump scared, I'ma need you to hit the subscribe button. I caught you, nigga. And after that crazy jump scare, these things just started devouring them, straight eats. And when we pan up, we just see them escaping into the opening like, nah. Y'all just unleashed flesh-eating bats into society, and scientists still think it's a good idea to bring back the dire wolf.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers.
We fast forward some time into the movie and we see these dudes out here mocking this girl, just a pussy thing to do. I don't give a damn if your parents beat you at home. There is no reason for you to be doing this, brother. You're just lame. And because her parents are late, she has no choice but to walk home. But a real nigga is not finna let her do that. Meet my homie Rob, Zac Efron when he was still in his prime, and my dog was spitting some sign language riz. That's my twin, my slime, my brother. To not make noise. And listen to what this man asks after that.
What the hell's that mean, don't make noise?
Do you hear yourself, my guy? What does that mean? Duh! And the entire family is in panic. The father suggests that they should stay here since the news told him so, but listen to the daughter.
Then the cities are the worst place to be.
This must be some type of hallucination, some type of dream, because ladies and gentlemen, our main character actually has a good point.
Yes, sir! This nigga's spitting!
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna root for you this entire movie, and even though I just glazed her with no consent, she still brings the dog. There is no way I just gave you props for actually having a good point and then proceeded to do the stupidest decision you could ever make. I don't give a damn if the dog's name is Pluto. I'm airing you out.
This is a sick Negro.
This movie, that has got to be one of the most saddest and disturbing things I done ever seen. And when they both go out, the baby's pacifier drops. And I don't even have to tell y'all what happens next. They both die, and this is exactly why I believe if this movie's concept ever came to real life, 90% of humans in 2025 are gone. I'm just saying.
You need to leave!
And I can already see the comments. Oh, if that were me, I would survive in this movie no problem. And I am here to formally tell you, buddy, you are not like that. In an apocalyptic event where silence is your only way of survival, y'all really think you're surviving? Like, I don't even think y'all know yourselves. Humans have got to be the loudest creatures to ever roam the planet. And I can already tell some of y'all are about to mention the dinosaurs. Like my brother, y'all be bumping the loudest music known to mankind in the clubs. And I'ma touch on why we not surviving this movie later on, but I gotta continue with the plot.
But anywho,
while they were driving, they stopped at a gas station, and while my girl was going back to the car, this dude comes out of nowhere with a shotgun and told him, "Hey, give me the keys."
I beg your pardon?
Like my bruh, there are so many things you could be doing now that is better than this. You could be escaping to your freedom. But instead, bro decided, nah, I'm finna rob a local family for no apparent reason. And just like what you deserve, you got shot in the leg and the dog just started to chew you out, but they leave you there just to die. And after that event, they just started driving for the longest of time. I swear, they don't even know where they're going at this point. And while they were driving, my boy they decided to go back up just so they can go to the hospital and find somebody to help him. But I'm not gonna lie, that was not gonna happen. The entire country is under peril and doom, and y'all thought somebody was gonna help y'all? When they said reach for the stars, that is not what they meant. The family start to get in the car, and the worst possible thing starts to happen. The dog starts to bark.
This nigga is trash.
And I'm not gonna hold you, there is nobody else you can blame but yourself. Y'all brought the dog willingly, barking even louder, and grandma out here screaming. The vocals were going so crazy you would have thought it was Mariah. And my boy hears this and then starts to shoot his gun just so these things could go and attack him. While these things are just devouring him, the dog is still barking, and finally somebody decides to let the dog out. But whoa. Is them tears, bro? Let me just put this into perspective for y'all. Their friend literally sacrificed himself just for them to get a chance of escaping. And then, only after they let out the dog, then they started crying like this, like, oh my goodness.
That's tough. My guy.
Y'all are shedding tears of sorrow for the reason these things started to attack y'all. Like, I don't even understand. Y'all are just dumb. And even after the homie and the dog just got packed up by these things, they are straight camping, just waiting for them to make a speck of noise. And obviously in a situation like this, they can't stay here forever. They're gonna have to leave. So the dad comes up with a plan and tries to test something. So when he goes outside,
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Who invited this
Get your ass
that song, boy. Get your goddamn.
Dad starts to walk backwards, going towards the crowbar, and this thing stops in its tracks and looks at his direction, trying to listen very carefully. And this gives them new information that these things cannot see, they can only hear, which is oddly familiar, wouldn't you think?
What? You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining.
One of them, this athletic ass creature. Why bro moving like me? When she takes me, she home alone. I'm on the way. So the movie starts off with a bird's eye view of New York, but we start in the movie with an amazing jump scare.
I have a question for God. Why?
But in all seriousness, when I saw the movie open in New York, I immediately paused the movie. It was wraps off rip. I have no hope already because I'm finna be honest with y'all. New York might be worse than Gotham.
You need to leave.
And I know some of y'all won't agree, but look. New York City gives off an average of 90 decibels. That is the volume of a constant scream.
What? What the fuck?
Damn, not even the movie had faith. You think they gave this information from the kindness of their heart? I think not. But moving on, we meet our main character, Sam, a black lady with cancer. Let me repeat that our main character, a black lady. When has this ever happened? She's black. Just because she's the main character don't mean she's gonna survive. I think not. They end up going to a puppet show, and while she's getting seated, this kid sees her cat and pets it. One of the reasons I love cats, they are so chill. It feels like having a nonchalant person as a pet. 10 out of 10 in my opinion. The puppet show starts and this creepy doll remind me of Pinocchio. I wanna be a real boy. Shut up, nigga. Damn. Sam gets upset for some reason and decides to get out of there. She goes to this shop and gets a candy bar.
It's $4.
$4? Man, back in my day, this was 23 cents. What kind of society we living in now? Everything is expensive, including
Oh, brother. Whoa. Now, you got too much dip on your chip.
She gets back and my boy over here tells her that they need to go back because there is some kind of emergency going on, but Sam arguing that they should stay because she wants pizza. It's too early to be mad. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. While the bus is driving, it stops and everyone starts to go to the back, and when we pan outside,
What the fuck? No! Oh, I feel greasy.
one of these things crashed right next to them and a whole bunch of dust and debris is in the air, and she gets out looking real ashy. And while she's walking, this one dude in front of her was on a call but gets dragged away. She tries to get away, but this military officer is telling her to take cover. Pause. Now, I know it's her job to protect people, but I'm pretty sure there's bigger problems than this woman walking around. But after all that, she gets dragged away and Sam hides right next to this lady, and they both look at something and this thing emerges like my nigga. We see you, gang! Out here playing hide and seek. I see you! Shut up! But it jumps and takes the guy who was yelling, "Run! Run, guys!"
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you. But your ego is pissing me off.
Sam dips out of there and sees this ambulance, but it gets packed up with the explosion knocking her out. She wakes up with people holding her mouth, telling her to shh, be quiet. It's in the movie title.
This guy stinks!
But we see a bunch of people in here, and within a few minutes you just hear these things running on top of the building, and her cat runs away, so she chases it, but it's at the door and one of them is right behind it, and the cat tries to come back, but
Bitch, you got me fucked up. You can suck my left nut.
yeah, the thing I said about cats earlier, I take it back. I take it all back. I made a mistake. This thing barges in the door and starts walking slowly towards Buddy over here, and it went something like this.
Man, it smells like ass in here. Hey, bro, you alive? I can't see shit. Boom, nigga. Oh, damn. You did then. My fault.
And a whole bunch of these things start running past the building, and there are still people in the comments saying they would survive. You know what? I'ma hold off on that one for now. They go to the roof and see these jets blow up the bridges, trying to cut these things off from spreading. But while this man comes out of nowhere and oh my gosh, nigga, what the fuck?
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
And he didn't shut up. Like, I can't even fathom why.
I will beat your motherfucking ass!
I get bro was panicking, but you had it coming for trying to endanger all the people in the building. We are 22 minutes into the movie. You know what? I'm pulling out a counter. And whenever a person dies in the most stupid or insane way, the counter will go up. When I mean stupid, you know what? You'll see for yourself. And we already starting off strong with the power going out and the backup generator making noise. And my guy manages to turn it off but ends up tearing his shirt. And yeah, GG. I'ma play the sound for y'all. Do you understand how crazy that is? I know the generator made a whole bunch of noise, but it killed him after his shirt tore. Insanity, gang. Fast forward and a whole bunch of ships are near the coast because they figured out that these things can't swim. So they're boarding people on them. But look! Nigga, what the fuck? This is insanity. And with that, a whole bunch of civilians start to walk towards the boats, but Sam goes the opposite way because she still wants to get pizza.
On D. Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 way, boy.
I'm giving y'all a warning because I'm gonna crash out, because in the crowd of people we see a whole bunch of, I don't even know what to call it, it's just dumbasses. A man dragging his suitcase and another man in a wheelchair, like, carry the nigga. And look at this frame. Now, you watching this video, I want you to tell me where the monster is in this image. If you manage to see it, congratulations, but if you can't see it, well, my friend, I regret to inform you that you are one of these dumb niggas down here who for some colorblind reason can't see the gigantic monster right here. I'm not done with this because me personally, I would never walk in such a big crowd full of people who are not only stupid but blind, and I still, even after 3 videos, find people in my comments talking about some I could survive this easy, gang. Nigga! I don't give a damn if you are the quiet kid in your class with your turn around and die face ass. Shut up! Damn! Like, I don't even understand, bro. Y'all just be talking at this point, bro. Like, you let me crash out. But anyway, it jumps down and a whole bunch of these things started to go crazy, with one of them hitting the
Soldier boy, tell.
flipping over a car, making it explode, and Sam's cat said,
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
and you just hear a whole bunch of screams for help.
Help! Help me!
She starts to crawl underneath this car, but a random dude grabs her asking for help. Like, what? Help me understand. You's a freaky ass nigga. Grabbing her toes, brother.
What's that? What's that, brother?
But because he's making a whole lot of noise, he gets pulled, but the car's tires pop and it starts to lower on top of her, but she manages to get out. Starts moving, but this one lady is in the street calling out, Jonathan! Jonathan! Man, you stupid bitch! Sam ends up in an alley and sits down in disbelief, and her cat is out here moving, playing with a mouse, Tom and Jerry type beat. But while he was drinking water, a dude pops out of there and he sees the cat, and I guess he decided to follow it. Bro ends up following Sam and she's like,
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
I would be like this too. I am not going with anybody. Nuh-uh, not doing that. Rain starts to pour down and Sam starts talking to this dude Eric, and even after trying to tell him not to follow her, gang still doesn't listen and goes with her instead. A whole bunch of plot ends up happening, so I gotta cut to when she dropped a book on the floor and they start running, trying to get into this building, and he finally opens the door. And they start hawking them down, jumping from the sky, brother. What? Spread eagle to catch people. You a freaky ass nigga. While they're running, Eric throws a rock into this car, setting off the alarm to give them some time, but they end up going towards the subway. But it's not over because these things are still on them, so they have no choice but to get into the water. But while they're walking, they flash the light on the roof and see one of them looking like it's sleeping. And my bro Eric, getting cold, starts to breathe heavy, which makes this thing, you know what, I'll just play it.
Love of God! For the love of God! Please! Damn!
Niggas can't even breathe no more, like, damn!
You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind.
They start swimming and the current is pulling them in, and this thing ends up drowning, and they manage to escape just in time. And just to explain some plot, Sam gets sick, so Eric has to go out and get medicine. On his way back, the cat goes into a construction place and he follows it, but my dog ends up in the nest of these aliens, and one of them jumps down and starts, I don't know, opening the eggs? Don't ask me, okay? But my bro starts to climb to get the cat, and while he's climbing, by the grace of God, he manages to escape and get Sam the medicine. And oh boy, a whole bunch of plot. But moving on to the good part, they get to the water, but a whole bunch of them are blocking the way. So Sam decides to use a sacrifice plate, gives him the cat, and starts smashing the cars to make noise. And they start running her way. So my boy gets up and starts to move, but ends up kicking a can, which makes a bunch of them run straight his way. Ugh!
Brother,
Why do they look like that? While my boy is running, one of them, this athletic ass creature, why bro moving like me? When she takes me, she home alone. I'm on the way. Eric manages to escape, gets on the boat. Sam dies in peace, ending the movie. And I'm not gonna lie, this was a great video to make, but hey, I gotta tell y'all a little bit of something. So as some of y'all know, I did make an A Quiet Place video, but sadly that one was demonetized. So I was really hesitant on making this one because I'm not gonna lie, I just don't feel like I wanted to, but hey, y'all asked for it, so you know I wanted to provide for y'all, you know. But I do apologize if I don't show enough of the movie clips. I am trying my hardest to stay monetized in these videos, and I am trying to make this a good video for y'all, so apologies. But I would recommend going and watching the movie yourself if you haven't. It is a great movie. I definitely do recommend. There are just some problems I have with it, but that's not for this video. I haven't, you know, that's another thing. I do appreciate the love y'all have been giving me. You know the comments. I definitely read the comments, and I've definitely spoken to some of y'all. But hey, you know, thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to get to 100K before GTA 6. I don't even think that's possible. But hey, if you do make it possible, I don't even know what to say. Just subscribe.